Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. I heard something today. I want to repeat it to you. Actually, excuse me for this. I'm moving back. I'm going to repeat what I heard today because it will impact you. I think it will impact you like it impacted me. The person said, today, all right, today is the tomorrow you were worried about yesterday. I can't even read it. Let me say it again. Today is the tomorrow you were worried about yesterday. Oh my God. Wasn't that powerful to say and think about? Think about today is Wednesday. And whatever happened on Tuesday, you were thinking about what was going to happen today, Wednesday. But Wednesday has come. Just like Thursday is going to come. As I always say, night follows day and day follows night. And to have someone say today is the tomorrow. Today is the tomorrow you were thinking about yesterday. Today is the tomorrow you were thinking about yesterday. That's a powerful piece. So when I talk about things, I talk about Jordan. So I was supposed to have a procedure today at Emory, and it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. I could not sleep last night for thinking about what was going to happen today. And not only last night, the day before, I've been thinking about all that was going to happen today, Wednesday, because it's been on the books a while. And it didn't happen. The call came in this morning. There was some circumstances, A, B, C, and D. Didn't happen. I was like, wow. I felt relieved, but then I was like, God is trying to tell you something. I was thinking, wow, it didn't happen. And so getting the rescheduling going, we were getting the rescheduling going. I think that's better that way. Getting the rescheduling going, I said, oh, Evelyn, we need to get this rescheduled. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And they gave me a schedule way over in 26. I was thinking, February 26th. I was like, wow, that's a long ways. But then I thought about it. And said, you know what? I'm going to take the February 2026 date. I am. And I'm going to be happy with it. Because if God wanted it to happen today, it would have happened today. And it's a long time between now and the 26th. So I have more time to work on all the things I need to work on, create all that I need to create, develop all that I'm supposed to develop, respond to all those things that God has asked me to work on. I've been working on them. I got between now and February. And a number of things can change. But the fact that I was one of those people, I was this person. Today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. I heard this on TikTok or YouTube, one of them. I heard it on, and and then it went on to say, let whatever happens happen, let it happen. Whatever happens happens. Now, whatever happens, let it happen because it's going to happen anyway. That's order my steps. Order my steps. You know that song. And it really hit me home to say that today. And when something hits me, that I know is for somebody else. Because there's a person that is worried about something that's going to happen the next day. And when the next day comes, it's not going to happen. And if it does happen that way, then it's supposed to happen. And fall in line, get in step, and go on to whatever the next thing you need to do to make it better. You know how they say, face whatever it is, face whatever it is. When somebody calls and says A, B, and C, then question them, challenge them, face people. Face it, because it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. You just got to face it. Now that sounds like a contradiction because I just said, something didn't happen with me today. So it may go away. Let me amend that to say will happen, will happen. That's a case of what God has for you, he has for you the way he wants it done. And there you were, Georgianne, 2 or 3 days, leading up to watching the calendar and all of that foolishness. And then the phone ringing today. You don't answer the phone because you getting ready. And and then you decide to listen to your messages. And that was the message. That's something. You have to just life is something. It is something. And to hear, and then to get this message came after I sat on the side of the bed and talked to Evelyn and caught my breath and all of that. Then I get this message on the TikTok or YouTube. And I want to just share with you that it says, now you are worried about, now you are worried about tomorrow, but making it through today. Now you're worried about tomorrow. Some of you all are worried about tomorrow. And what it's really saying is, you got today. You need to get through today first. Because tomorrow is not promised. I can give you examples. I don't know what news station you're listening to or where you're watching me in the world, because YouTube is worldwide, and my people who watch me are in other countries. But I do know that I gave you the story of the gentleman in the parking lot at Bojangles. But what was disheartening for me is a 15-year-old was trying to sell his little game. People have games on computer games, and he went to sell his game to somebody who came to the house. He was outside selling the game, and the person shot him in the stomach for the game. Now, he's struggling to be alive, but they shot him for a game. Do you all understand what I was talking about on yesterday or this week? I've been talking about people are at a high level of anxiety for the pressures of the world and for the news and for the uncertainty of life and liberty in the United States as we knew it or as we know it now, for the raids of ICE, for the disturbing rumors of war, for the tension that's in the air, for the lack of funds and funding, for all kinds of reasons that are impacting some of the mental states that were already not stable. People weren't stable, and then the impact of all that I listed above, it's impacting those who are mentally challenged anyway to carry people over the edge. Those who are strong and don't and not as susceptible are almost at their edge. Sometimes I tell my daughter, I'm at my edge, and I feel pretty stable about myself. I think I am, and we all have moments of instability that are documented and not documented. But I digress. I'm just saying to you that the state of America and the state of affairs are just with people. And not America. I just want to say the state of affairs are with people. Is challenging right now. The world market is being impacted, and all those people who were with USAID that didn't get their food, didn't get, there are 200 million people, I think that was the number, that didn't get food or funding for food around the world because USAID was blocked or denied funding or no longer in existence. And you just imagine the trauma that's traveling around the world. We need a healing. We need a balm in Gilead. We need a balm in Gilead. We do. We need a healing. And self-care and self-love is what you got to do right now, because there's not a lot out here to offer you that self-care and a self-love. People are tense, as I talked about on yesterday. And so it was apropos, I thought, what happened to me, and then to have this statement come across from YouTube or TikTok. I'm not sure which one. It just it you may know this guy, so you can tell me. It's a young man in a chair, looks like he's on a balcony, and he sits in a lounge chair, and he speaks from the lounge chair. You can see the city behind him, so you know that guy. I like what he has to say. So if he's TikTok or YouTube, I've only heard him maybe 3 or 4 times, but the 3 or 4 times I heard him, I stopped and listened to what he had to say, and this hit home for me, and that is why I'm sharing it with you. When something hits home for me, my spirit says it's somebody on the other side of the screen that it will hit home for them. And whatever it is you're worried about, you just gotta. It's easy. It's easy for me to say don't worry when I'm sitting here today with what happened with me. But I don't know if I could have told you that on yesterday. I didn't want to call it worry. I wanted to call it concern. But if the truth be told, there was a bit of worry there, and just it's my own self kind of something I put myself through that many of us do. And when we talk about prayer, and prayer changes things, and going to the Lord and having faith, then all of that takes the place of worry, because they say you can't be a worrier and a Christian at the same time. That's a conflict. That's a conflict. Because if you believe in Christ and you believe in Christianity, then you know that there's no need to worry. That God takes care of everything, and that you put your faith in the Lord and you keep moving. I know all of that. But there's something about me called my humanness comes out, and it gets in the way. I identify it as I'm being human right now, and I say to the Lord, I'm sorry I'm being human right now, but I just feel like being human right now, and I feel a little disconcerted, but I know better. And I get back into the prayer, I'll get back into a word, get back into a song, get back on a faith mood, and keep going. And so once again, to you that is got something going on out there, today is the tomorrow you were worried about yesterday. I don't know how he came up with that, and maybe that's something that came from an author, or maybe it's somewhere in the Bible like that. I don't remember this one, but I do know for the young man, I thank you, because there's someone today that is worried about tomorrow that went on yesterday, the day before that. And you this life called journey, this journey called life, I share with you the Georgian, you see. So because I share with you the things that happen to me, so either one, it don't happen to you, and you see it coming, you say, "Ooh, Georgian went through that, let me just or two, we're going through it together, and you know it's going to be all right, because it is going to be all right." This was an example of it's going to be all right. That's for all of you who know the faith walk. Now let's talk about we're down to 22 how many days to the end of the year, and I'm still on 4 things, 4 of my 8. So I'm concerned about getting the other 4 done. I'm thinking to myself, now I got 4 more to do. Will it be a regret, or will it be on my reset? My 4. How many of you make on your list? Did you make the list? For those of you who didn't hear this, we're talking about. I got this from Tamron's show last week. A reset or a regret for 2026. So what is it in January of 2025 that you said you were going to get done in 2025? You know, if you started with me, you know you're in the 4th quarter and you have product. So you know I have product. I have books. I have a new watercolor book coming out where they're going to send me the proof this by next Friday, I think. Or maybe by Friday. I'll show you. It's a children's book. And so I want to thank my Divine 9 friend, Dr. Monique Earl Lewis, for introducing me to my soror, Dr. Morris, who showed me how you can where to go get the watercolor. I didn't know where you could go get this watercolor. And she was like, it's right here. Let me just show you how to do it. It's so much technology out here now. It was just amazing to me. And I was so happy to find it. And now I'm off, all the way off where we were. But I just want to remind you all, my daughter has a program where she talks about the tools that AI has to offer. And I just saw on LinkedIn, someone was complaining about the AI tools. You could complain about them, but there was someone who gave me a list. Do you remember when the computer first came out, people say, I don't know nothing about them computers. I remember that. I don't know anything about the computers. And you remember when the VCR came out, when tapes came out, when the beeper came out. Those were all technology. The phone in the car, those great big phones. Dick Tracy did it all back in the 40s when he talked into a watch. You see, all this has already been done. It's already been done. It's been done in the heavens. It's been done somewhere. But all this is not new. We're just finding out about it. You remember Will Smith, and he did the movie Enemy of the State, and we were like, oh my God, they got these little things you can put in your clothes, and now they have them on TikTok. You can put in your boyfriends, girlfriends, or husbands' cars, put them in your house, all kind of tracking things. See, you looking at this AI incorrect. You need to join with Alvin and I and look at the bigger picture here, because it's moving on, people. It's beyond anything I could imagine. I mean, I saw an AI tool for and making your own apps. I remember asking a very good friend of mine, who never did it, by the way, to do an app for me. He said it's going to cost too long. It's going to take him too long. It was at the time I thought he was correct. I take this back. He was correct on how long it was going to take him, and he was correct on how tedious it was going to be to get it done. That he was correct on. And the fact that he never did it is where I had a problem with that altogether, because I asked for it. That I digress. My point is that now you can get an app tomorrow. You can have it like in 3 minutes. You can have it in 15 minutes. You can have it in however many minutes you need the app. You don't need the long process anymore. You don't need coding. I spent a lot of time. Do you remember the time I spent taking a class at Harvard? Everybody remembers my one class at Harvard that I just was, ooh, baby. But I learned the command line. I did all that because I wanted to learn how to do it. But now you can just skip over all of that. That is already passé. That is already passé. The command line is already passé for digital humanities. We're not doing that anymore. We got tools for digital humanities. They've gone way past anything I ever thought we could do. You now can, I saw something that I have my music out there on Amazon. And I was thinking I would like to have a video. Baby, I can have a video. By the time I turn my head and make a few buttons, I can put a video up here, push a few buttons. You can have a video along with a slice of life. All while I'm sitting here, I can push 2 buttons and push one for my song and push one for a picture and push the third one, I'm sorry, and it'll make a video, and I can hold it on my phone while I'm sitting here talking to you all. You can see the video of me singing one of my songs. That's what they're doing now. It's beyond, I can see why the people in Hollywood were protesting, because it's taken a lot of jobs. You know how much money you used to spend for a business plan. Business plans come every 8 seconds. Every 8 seconds. It's knowing what to do. You got to know your prompts. If you don't know your prompts, you can buy prompts from my daughter. You can buy prompts from Arlen Hamilton and School and Evelyn Sanders Swappert and a number of people who know how to do prompts. I know well how to do them. I know what to ask for. I know what to create, because God has given me that extra skill. And so what it is, when God gives you a skill, then now I could charge you for knowing that skill, but I don't do that. You go on, I don't charge anybody for any of that. And you can buy it from the people who do charge. Go right ahead and pay somebody. You may as well pay somebody. You're paying people for everything else. You see, but what I do is I make sure that whatever he tells me, I know how to get it done better. I can get it done faster. I can get it done at a level that I need to get it done. And that's what I do. I've learned very well, and I'm very grateful because nobody taught me any of it. It just came to me on how to do it, except that the beginning initiative came from Dr. Monique Earl Lewis at Morehouse College, who said you need to take a class at Tennessee State with Dr. Melton. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. She said, yes, you do. Matter of fact, I've signed you up. And so I said, okay, then I'm signing up Evelyn. Okay. That's how it started. And I wanted to do, I think I can do now more to my map. You know, I did a map of what happened on October 19, 1960 when we marched and we protested for the second time, but the first time for my class of 1964, freshman at Spelman in 1960. We joined the Atlanta Student Movement, Charles Black, Lonnie King, and Brenda Sue Hill Cole, all that crew, and we demonstrated on that day, and I developed a map back about 5 or 6 years ago, and Dr. Monique Earl Lewis has animated the map for me. And so one of her students did that. But now I can do even more because the AI tools would take my map and turn it into a whole book if I wanted to, or turn it into anything I wanted to turn it into. You all don't understand. You don't fight. Just join or get out the way because it's moving. It's moving. And when you have something, many of you have great ideas, and you need to move your idea to the next level. And don't get mad with people because we know how to do it. You need to do it yourself. You got great ideas. I have people on the other side of the screen, brilliant. I need you to take your idea and take it to the next level, and let's get it out here. Create. Let me tell you something. We're we're being erased as a people. But we don't have to be erased as a people, as Black people. I'm talking to Black people. I'm not talking about people of color, because people of color did not vote with me. I'm talking about the Black people. Let me talk specifically to Black women. We don't want to be erased, and we don't have to be erased. We have history that we're keeping up with. I admire Dr. Annie Stanley Jones for wanting to do a historical project with a group of people. I won't say because I don't want to call anybody out, but I will say that it's important for us to not only know our history, but to guard it carefully and put it somewhere where it can be found 100 years from now. We got 100-year histories around here in Atlanta and over where you are. 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years of history that is gone by the wayside because we haven't taken time to document it. Well, now it's the time to document it because the AI tools are there for you to document it and document it well. And if you need some help, call me. Those of you who know me, you can contact me, or you can leave a message in there, and I can help you get going with what you need because it's all free. I mean, you have to pay for some of the tools, but pay for the tools and get what you want, and sit there and think about what. Don't think about it in terms of well, what's she doing? I'm going to do that too. Or what's she doing? I'm going to do better than her. I got something. No. What is it that God gave you to do? What did he give you to do? That's what you work on that. Because this that happened to me and what's happened to some of you today is the tomorrow you were worried about yesterday. You stop worrying and know that God got you. Know that he has you in his hand. Know that those skills and attributes and gifts that he gave each of us are ready to be exposed, ready to be shared and left here. And let's guard our history. You got some history, then let's get that history somewhere locked down. Anytime you can do an app in 8 minutes, I find that amazing. Anytime you can do a video pushing 3 buttons, you don't find that amazing? Some of you always, I remember Jack the Rapper. You have to go somewhere and stand around, look good, and hope somebody will give you the time of day. I remember the BMI and ASCAP, and you had to try to get somebody with those music entities. I remember all that because I'm 83. You see, but now the youngest, you don't have to do all that. Just go to your phone, baby, and make something happen for you. Go to your phone, go to your iPad, go to your desktop, go to your laptop. It's sitting there waiting for you. And leave something here that documents who we were, that we were here, that you were here. You want to do a video? Then I'm going here tonight and do a video. No, not this weekend, I think. Because I got grades, papers to grade. I need the grades in by Friday. Will y'all pray for me? I know my students are over like, what in the world? What in the world? I have papers to grade. I do. I've started on them. And they're not bad. It's just that I don't know, I just got a different attitude about it. I'm going to get better though. Anyway, I love you. I need some fine glasses. I found them. I was so glad to find them again. They were wrapped up in my Delta Sigma Theta sorority hat. I love you. And remember, today is the tomorrow you were worried about yesterday. Let it happen. God got you. I love you, and you can't do anything about it.